Yay! We've got repeat attenders. So it's been funny, Selena, like the whole spring, it's like some people have attended multiple and it's been really fun. Like, yay, like we're hanging out. It feels like, like a little bit like normal, like real life.
It's awesome that you're doing this for everyone.
Yeah, no,
during
please.
the critical year, we'll still be able to share.
Right. Well, and still be able to like talk about stuff that's, affecting all of us, but not, we might not have the time or the place to like sit down with, we haven't had like an in-person even department meeting. So it's like,
right. Do you think we're going to have one like toward the end of the school year?
Yeah. We'll do our little, a little party. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm so tired. But yay. I said Lucia and Isabel. Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Let me turn on the transcriptions just for fun. I know that has helped several attendees. There we go. Yay. So I gotcha. Awesome. Well, here we are. So if you've been to, and Isabel and Lucia, I think both have. So I think it's not just Lucia, but both of them have been to previous ones. My name is Meredith White. I'm just outside of Atlanta in Gwinnett County. I teach Spanish 1 and 2, and whichever way she is, I teach with Selena, yay, who teaches Chinese. And so we are wrapping up the year, exhausting, wrapping up the year, like 10 days left. And we can say goodbye to this hybrid garbage. I think it's been garbage. I think it's better than some alternatives, but like not great. And so I'm excited for Selena and I to just kind of chat about the different ways that we balance all the things we do. Specifically, like her as a singleton teacher, the only person who teaches her content in our school, which is just you, our German teacher, and our Latin teacher, because our French teacher even there are 3 French teachers. Right. So Spanish, there are 8. So that can be an amazing thing, like a lot of really amazing collaboration or a lot of collaborative conflicts, right? But then being your only kind of being on the opposite end of that has its own hard parts. And then like raising your young family and also just all of the other things that we have to do just are all incredibly complicated before this year. Just in general, they were already hard. And then here we are. So,
yeah. Selena, should I just go ahead and share what
That'd be amazing. Okay. Go for it.
All right. Yeah. All right.
And I already told him you were with me, but you can say anything else in terms of like experience or whatever else you want to add about you and yada, yada, yada.
Okay. All right.
And we're actually right now, we're probably 75 feet apart. You're like right over there.
Right.
The hallway.
Both in our classroom.
We're both still at work. Yeah, absolutely.
In the same spot.
Yep.
So here we go.
Yay. Perfect.
All right. So before I officially start, I want to deliver a special thanks to Meredith. I would not have done this without her invite. So
anytime.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Like she just said that I'm gonna talk about in the passing year about digital learning. My thoughts, my experience, and just share with everyone. And you guys feel free to jump in and cut in and tell me what you think.
Woo.
So let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Selena Ye, and I am the only Mandarin teacher in Peachtree Ridge High School. And there are 2.5 high school teachers teaches Mandarin in the whole county, in Gwinnett County. And I teach all levels of Chinese. So that is Chinese 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, AP.
All of them.
And I've taught Mandarin for 10 years, and this is my 12th year in the United States. So I came to the States in 2008 as a graduate student in UGA. And after I graduated from master's degree, I got a job and I started teaching Mandarin ever since to now. I started off, level 1 part-time, and then gradually built it up to being split into 2 schools, middle and high school, and then became full-time in 1 school. Cool. So this is the 3rd high school that I taught and 1 charter middle school.
Perfect.
So our schedule is a block schedule. So we have 6 preps per year. So 3 preps per semester. So I teach level 1, 3, and 5 in fall semester, and then 2, 4, and AP in spring semester. So lots of planning, a lot.
Yeah, I think you forget about that with block, but I forget about people, for example, this year, like even biology or chemistry. Like if they taught biology fall semester, then in January, when we switched to the new semester, they had things already. And I forget that like we didn't, because you and I both teach a different level. And so, I mean, obviously you have multiple, but like, so even then in January, it wasn't like, phew, we made it through one semester. Let's just now make what we have better. There was no what we have. Like,
no,
it was
the
just
Spanish get to switch around. So fall semester you might teaching 1 and 2, and then spring you might teaching 3 and 4. So
yeah, exactly. So it's the
yeah,
same.
lots of planning.
Yeah, odds in the fall and then evens in the spring. 1, 3, 5, and then 2, 4 AP.
Right. And I have 3 blocks. So normally my class will be like 2 level 1, and then a block with 3 and 5 combined.
Right.
Or 2 level 2 with AP and 5 and AP combined.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
So there's really the combined block is really a struggle. It's always been a struggle. So yeah, that's that. All right, keep going. So what this school year has been like? Digital teaching and learning with both Zoom students and in-person students. Even though I have in-person students sitting in the class, but everything like the instructions is delivered digitally. So there's really no co-current teaching happening.
Right.
The in-person students will still have to have their laptop, Chromebook sitting with them and then learn just the same way as how digital students learn. So that is quite a relief, because I think some of the elementary school teachers will have to do both.
Yes.
And
unimaginable.
I'm very grateful that we don't have to do that.
Absolutely.
And what are the advantage and disadvantage of teaching digitally? I've never done digital teaching. I've never been an online instructor in the past. So everything happening in the past is always about in person. So I have to try to figure out an easier way to utilize what I already have and just transform them into digital version and deliver it through Zoom. Yep. But that's not going to be enough. So there are definitely new things that I have to develop digitally just this year. So that is something that I've been focused on, spending lots of my time and energy in doing this year. Yep. Disadvantage, well, there's no way to guarantee learning outcome. Like, I don't know, with the screen shut down, you don't get to see the students. I don't know what they're doing, whether they just doze off after they join the Zoom, or they're just like chatting, playing video games on their phone. So that I cannot guarantee. Also, lots of Google Translate being used. So there's really no way to tell whether it's authentic work or it's just, asking for friends help work, or it's like Google Translate. So that's really hard. And then you can't really build a relationship with the students. Like there's lots of times the students, because of testing, they will come to school and then they just pop into your classroom and they could just, hey, Miss, yeah, how's it going? I'm like, who are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
I can't tell because I haven't seen them at all. So they have the student pictures, but still it's really different than what you see them in person. So yeah. And also what I like about this year is that we do have extra planning days added to the calendar. So most of our times are like dedicated to planning and grading. So that I really appreciate that. And then the club activities has definitely been down. So not much of extracurricular responsibility.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and no classroom management issues. So that's
literally zero. These are all the things that I think about every day. I'm like, this hasn't been all bad. Like, it's been terrible, but not all bad.
Right. Yeah. So like sometimes I do enjoy it. And especially with my combined block, because when it was back in person, they always are sitting together in the same block, same classroom. So differentiation is really hard.
Yeah.
They're always going to find a way to intervene each other.
Right.
But
Right.
then now it's no longer a problem because I can just tell them to, join the Zoom at different time, and then I could have just individual time with certain groups.
Incredible.
I
That's
have been
incredible.
enjoying that a lot. Yeah,
Mm.
the challenges and changes that I made this year. The limited retakes, and there's literally like no deadline for them to
Right.
turn in work. We'll have to be as flexible as we can be. That is something we didn't do in the past. And also the parent contact, because everything is now digital. So I have been trying to, either use Google Voice to text parents or send out progress report, email progress report weekly by weekly, and just notify them that your kid is failing, you have dismissed assignments, all that. In the past, I also do that, but not as frequent as this year.
Absolutely.
This year is absolutely, that's the only way to do it. Yeah. All right, next one. So my weekly, generally looking, it's just Monday through Thursday. It will be regular instructions with Zoom. I will start the Zoom at the bell time, and then the students will join. And then I will just most of the time do QPTS, modeling and practice, and then they could leave the Zoom and do independent or group work. If they prefer to stay on Zoom, I could definitely open up a breakout room for them, and then they could just work there.
Right.
So that's what Monday and Thursday normally look like. This is before testing time. So this is just regular month, not testing. Testing will look completely different. And then Friday is about remediation and enrichment. So the kids, what they missed, they didn't finish, they will come on Zoom. If they have questions, they will come on Zoom on Friday, and I will help them, either small group or individual, to help them to catch up what they missed throughout the week. And enrichment will be doing some projects sometimes, watching short films like Bao movie and Gaokao, the college entrance exam in China, which is a lot different than here in the United States. And we'll do that on Fridays.
Cool.
So that's what it normally would look like throughout the week.
Do you feel like, because I have some of the same routines where, like you said, like that asynchronous work time has been like,
Right.
oh, like everything, and having the students on the same assignment. So like when they're working in person, I'm like getting everything, planned and posted, whatever, for the future. Do you feel like your routines will carry over like next year? I feel like mine will. I already had some routines, but like when I look at like what I want to get done as a routine, it looks very similar to like what you just had.
Right. I feel like it will be what we've done this year. It will be a lot more useful for next year also, especially with my combined block.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm thinking about for differentiation next year, separate them into different rooms, because I can reserve the lab right next to my classroom, and I just have them divided and then do separate things.
Incredible.
And also I could maybe some students work on paper, pencil work, and then the other group would just be get on Zoom, let's talk. And yeah, I'm definitely thinking of, exploring different options for us to continue to use what we developed this year, because we definitely spent a lot of time on it. So
yes, I'm never not using all of the things that we've made. I'm like, yes. Like it took us forever. Oh my God.
Right. It is very time consuming. All right. So when back in August, when school starts, all the teachers will have to come back to school and teach. So we were instructed to have the school-wide teaching platforms that's listening here. So we will have to have e-class page, and then teacher will use Google Classroom, and then use Zoom and Nearpod. I can show you some examples later on if you're interested to see just what it looks like. But these are what we require to do, have it set up so to teach better digitally. But I also use other platforms for instructions, but before I go into it, it's really, I'm not encouraging anybody to do this. This is just because I teach all levels of Mandarin. By the third year, they're with me. They already know me. They know my temper. They know my routine. They already know me as a person. So if I don't change things up, they will be like, oh, it's Chinese again. I don't want to go to that class. I know what she's doing. So that's why I try to, add new things into it. That's why you'll see the list right here and not, oops.
Both of our lights just went out. This is how they fire you. They just like turn the lights off, go home. Ours are motion sensor. And you know what's funny? I just realized this. I don't know why it took me 5 years, but I just realized that Jimena's are motion sensor. Everybody's are obviously, but like if hers go out, mine go out.
Oh, and really?
Yeah. So like maybe if like whoever's like if Nina's go, like if yours just went out, Nina's totally went out too.
Oh, okay.
So then when you turn it back on, it turned
on the same area.
Like somebody move.
All right. So many of the things that I've already used in the past, like Flipgrid, Edpuzzle, Google Slides, Wiser, and GameKit, Kahoot, Quizlet, Quizzes. But the things that I did not use, like I just started using this year, definitely are Jamboard, and Go Formative, thanks to the group chat. And then Blockit and and Loom. Yes. Oh. So I'm gonna show some examples of what it looked like. You probably, most familiar one is the Flipgrid video recording. I click on the, oops, I have to exit the full screen. Hold on. Where did it go? So this is a house tour project that I had my students do after we're done learning the furnitures, the home, and then what you do during the day in your home, and then relative positions, those things. After we're done with all the units, we review and do the house project. They get to choose whether they can do actual house tour, their own house tour, if they feel comfortable. That's for extra credit. Hi, can I help you? Oh, yeah, I'm busy in the middle of recording. Yeah, we'll just come by later. Okay, talk to you later.
We're both still.
Thank you for stopping by.
But we're like 50 feet away, but both in our classroom still.
And where were I? Oh, yes, they get to choose whether to do an actual house tour if they feel comfortable, or they could do like a blueprint one. And this is the 3D house tour for one of the houses on sale. She's brilliant. She came up with the middle ground. So she has to, dub it, voice over.
No way. I never even thought about that. Duh. The houses on sale that already have the 3D.
She's very brilliant. Yeah. I never thought about it either. I was just thinking about blueprint or do actual house. But she came up with this. Yeah.
Also beautiful.
Perfect, but no privacy issues involved. So yeah, so this is one of the things that I did with the okay. Are we what are we looking at? Are we looking at the Google slide? Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I can see. Yeah.
Okay. And then
we have so many monitors. It's like, hold on, wait.
I know there's another one over here, so sometimes I get lost to which one am I showing. And then Edpuzzle, you just upload the video. You can add the questions, open-ended question, multiple choice, short answer, whichever one you prefer. And they can be like interactive videos. You ask questions and check their understanding. So that's Edpuzzle. I list a couple example questions on the left. And this one is about smartphone. Like in AP, there's a chapter about how technology is affecting your daily life. And then we just, did this one so they can talk about and share out what they think about how technology is affecting your life, personally speaking. So
with multiple preps at one time, do you find that you copy a lot of resources like that? Like that you copy an Edpuzzle and then maybe just like adjust the questions, or
right? Yeah. And AP Classroom is really useful this year, especially with digital learning. They have a lot of instructions going on and PDF and prep materials that you could just copy, download, and then just upload it, change it into interactive questions. That's what I've been doing a lot with AP this year. Definitely. Yes. And Jamboard, This is a word cloud. I could be using this as a warm-up activity in the class. So say I'll pull this up at the very beginning of the class and be like, oh, you were given 5-10 minutes, and then you come up with however many phrases you can, and then just post it. Yeah.
Cool. I love Jamboard.
And also they can, competing with each other on writing, see within a time limit how much they can come up. And Google Slides for breakdown room. So in the breakout rooms, really nobody knows what they're doing in the breakout rooms. So this is a good way to, somewhat encourage the engagement. So you can share this, drop it in the link, and then the students will grab it and open it up and go to their slide that's have their name, the room number on it, and then start working on it. And then you as the teacher, you could change the view into grid view and then just watch them like editing in process. Say breakout room 2, it's been 5 minutes and nothing's on it, and they're not working. That's when you go into the breakout room, excuse me, and intervene. So what have you been doing? Right. Sitting in the dark, not doing anything.
What are you doing? Right. Amazing.
And Wiser worksheets. It's just more fun, interactive worksheet to replace the traditional paper pencil worksheet that I enjoy assigning to the students. Oh, Go Formative. Meredith is the expert on this. She's having a are you having a seminar or a lecture on this sometime? Okay.
Yeah, and we're having one tonight actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. So I didn't even know about Go Formative till they were talking about, oh, how awesome Go Formative is in the group chat. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go check it out to see what it is. And then I tried it on. I really love it. And then the most thing I love about it is the audio response.
So good. Yes.
Right, because they're like completely shut off in the Zoom. You don't get to have them. Even though you just call out their name, they don't respond. So here you actually have to have your audio response recording uploaded. You could actually listen to it. So I really think this is very good.
Well, and like you were saying, like AP, I love the audio. Like you record an audio and then they respond with audio.
Yeah. So it's feel like talking in some way.
Yeah, it's kind of like talking, and it's like you can do picture to voice. Like they can match like voice to picture to voice, writing to voice to whatever video. I mean, it's like you can do every mode all the time. Incredible, and all in one place. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I used it with my AP class too, like for video reflections and writing emails and all that. And for the Friday short film, like Bao, the short film, it's for level 1, lower level classes, I will have them do like a cultural reflection. And then if it's for AP classes, they get to be like dub it and role play it and edit it, so make it a completely different short film other than the one that's already here. So it depends on their proficiency. And also I play Jeopardy games with them on Zoom, and they were okay. They're not really like but they're okay. So there's like different groups, different teams. They get to choose which category, how many points they want, and then just play with each other. And Boolkit, different than GameKit. Yeah, you were gonna say, go ahead.
No, that's it. Just love Boolkit. Love.
Right. So everything that I'm doing in my class none of them is innovative. It's all stealing and borrowing from other people. But I just, but that's what I'm trying to, spice it up the game. So ignite the motivation. So hopefully they will be participating more. Boolkit is you get to choose which game mode that you want to do. That's what they love doing. Like today I want to do racing, tomorrow I want to do cafe, and the day after I want to do Go Quest. And it's very quick to do it. You could just export it from Quizlet and then add a couple more and then take out a couple more and then became yours. There you go.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is a couple websites that I've been using. This is, I don't know how to say that in English, is Carvies Seneca.
Yeah.
but I don't know how to say it in Mandarin. It's 诗文解字.
Oh, wow.
It's different themes reading. So like family, child life, arts, culture, all kinds of reading levels are in there. It's free so far. So I find it's pretty useful. And also, I don't know why is this one being banned in school, but if you just like at home, Google this, Yes Chinese, it's gonna pop up and it has, reading materials by your proficiency levels. You got pre-K, like novice, pre-K, elementaries, and then if you're like really advanced, you can do the grown-up one, classic reading, So that is pretty useful too. Also, this one, archchinese.com, this one is a paid prescription. You have to pay. I think it's like $200, 3 years, roughly like that, or maybe 150 for 3 years or 2 years.
Wow.
But this is where I get most of my work done.
Wow.
You can make lots of worksheets, flashcards, and it has a lot of summative activities for pinyin, radicals, and then you can make all kinds of games, interactive games. So I find that this is the most money-worthy website so far.
Wow. Absolutely.
Definitely worth it. And I know the teacher in GSMST, she used this one too. So yeah, really helpful. We actually meet
Again,
like
you
once
said,
a month.
multiple preps, multiple levels. It's like, okay, let me, like you got to figure out what you can get a lot out of. And
Right.
find a lot of resources.
And there's really not that many resources out there for Mandarin.
Right.
I don't know, maybe it's not many Mandarin teachers around, or it could just be me. I didn't go to many seminars or
Sure.
yeah. So lots of work are being done on this website. Yeah. So
How
do you have any questions?
I do. And maybe Janine does as well, or Lucia, but like, how do you, like, knowing all that, how do you make sense of, for example, like those websites look incredible. Like, how do you, I don't know, like, how do you make a decision? Like, not how do you make a decision, but like, how do you decide? Or do you have things where, let's say in the group chat, we go, oh, it's really cool, that you go, okay, no, I'll check that out some other time later, because I know I do that. Like, awesome, love that. Next, like, I'm not going to try it. Like, with multiple preps, do you feel like you have to be really, like, multiple preps at one time all the time? Do you feel like you have to be really efficient in your decision making? Like, yes, no, and then
yeah, overall, I'm a pretty zen person. Like, I don't beat myself up. So whatever I can get done in the shortest time, the most effective way, I will do that. Because so really, sometimes like Go Formative, I didn't start using it till everybody was on board, like saying how good this is. You have to try it. Like, you don't try it, you lose like $10 billion. And that's what I really go in and take a look. Otherwise, I'll just stick with the Flipgrid and App Puzzle, things that I have been, feeling comfortable using in the past.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. When you look at balancing, and I think that's important, because I think if we start trying to try all the things, it's like, I just get overwhelmed. And
right.
try any of them.
Even if I get overwhelmed, because you have a lot more resources and information. So if I get overwhelmed, you gotta be really selective with what you choose.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Like, absolutely, 100%. Oh, it's like not, or I guess commonly taught language privilege, is like being able to just find things. Oh God, yes, so much. So then you'd also being able to decide, like, should I try Blooket, for example, or should I try this, or what does it do? Janine had asked in the chat too about Loom. Janine, Loom is, I don't know if you use it in the same way, Selena. Loom is incredible. And basically it's just like screencasting. Like Selena might open up one like in a tab or whatever, that'd be cool. You can like record your face and whatever's on your screen. So it's like Screencastify or Screencast-O-Matic. But let me tell you, it's so good. It's so fast. So I find it really fast for like, she's got like, it's fast for like lessons where you want your face and like the lesson, like you could be going through a presentation or turning the lights off, or we got to move around more, or I use it a lot for updates for students, but also parent communication. Like if a student's parent emails, I can just like Screencastify, I can go through and go, hi, so this is what, he has missing because I'm on his grade page, just like they have access to, but like, taking a little walk through. The other thing that makes it a little bit faster than Screencastify is that you can just direct copy a link. So I'll show you like my library, for example, if I can pull up my Chrome. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to see my Chrome, yes? And maybe also your face on top of my Chrome. But like you can open, for example, this was like video updates. And once you've recorded the video, it pops you to this screen and then it's just like copy, and it's a public link that you can send to like students or parents or whoever. And it's just so fast. Like just like Screencastify, like they have you embed code. So if you want to embed it into something, you can do that like so fast for parents where I'm like, oh, hey, Johnny's mom, I just made you a video update here, and I just hyperlink the word here, and I'm like, goodbye. Like they can't see your library, they can't see anything else. They just get that one video. So it's really handy. And you can download them too.
Yeah, you could download that and just upload to either eClass or Google Classroom, whichever one you feel like using.
Yeah.
So here's mine. I already downloaded it and uploaded to Classroom. So all the instructions, the core instructions, I have them pre-recorded and uploaded to Google Classroom. So say if you like missed the class, you're like, oh, what did I miss today? I don't feel well, went to the doctor.
Everything. You missed everything.
Yes. It's been acting funny.
Yeah, I forget about that. So like even just for delivering content. Yeah, so same as Screencastify, just a couple. I love Screencastify for making GIFs. So like the fact that you can download, you can make like a little 5-second like, hey, and then
so here's one with me voiceover explaining the content. This is still in PowerPoint because I've been using PowerPoint in the past years and was too lazy to change it into Google Slides.
好 right， 现在是第30课，打电话。打 is the verb, so make a phone call, call somebody. 打电话，电话 is phone. 打电话。Okay, so in this unit, we're going to learn about how to say the phone language. Okay.
So that, yes.
I love that.
I just record it and I put it up there, so whenever they need it, it's there. So, yeah.
Oh, it's super handy, but very similar, but I love it for, again, like parent stuff, student stuff. Yeah, I'm also going to buy that forever. Like never not.
I'm going to keep them too. So
absolutely. I guess my last question for you is just as a singleton, you have all these tools, you have all these things that you can use. How do you balance with your family? Like, how do you balance that with just like personal life, like having small children and a spouse and 74 different classes that you teach at the same time? It feels like.
I literally had like an emotional meltdown back in August because the pandemic started in March and all of a sudden school shuts down. I'm like, okay, pandemic starts, I'm gonna stay at home and teach at home. And then I just have that carry on all the way to August when we get the notification, oh, teachers have to come back. Okay, so what do I do with the two little ones? Do they have to go back to daycare? Do they have to go back to kindergarten? Because I've got a 3 and 6-year-old.
Right.
I don't feel like comfortable sending them back, but I don't have many options. So I was very fortunate. Peyton, my husband's has been working at home. So he was able to take care of the kindergartner. But it's very challenging for him to, work at the same time and then helping the little one online learning, digital learning. So he tried it for a couple months and completely gave up. So 2 of them are one in daycare, one in kindergarten now. But it was very hard for me to, adjust the feeling, like make myself to accept the fact that I don't have the option, that they have to go back to school, risk their, being affected by this COVID thing. And definitely. So that is something plus added to the fact that they're already, back in the normal time, it's already pretty handful to take care of the two.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Like it's hard anyway. And then like, oh my gosh, you know, having all of the choices and then all of the things. I mean, they really, where we are, again, we're 50 feet away from each other here. We were kind of like pulled around a little bit in the beginning of the year. Remember, like in pre-planning, it was like, oh, they're going to be digital. Oh, they're going to be in person. We'll phase them in. It'll be hybrid. Like they were like still deciding. And I assume that was probably also really hard. Like budgeting for, again, multiple preps, being the only person that teaches them. And yeah, then what do you do with your kids? Like,
right. Yeah. I just have to roll with it. There's no easy way. Yeah, you gotta keep the job, get it done. So if there's no option, you're just gonna do it.
Would that be your advice for somebody? Like if they're also a singleton teacher, like, okay, how do I, like, what would be your advice?
Really wait it out to see which one is more important to you and really adapting to the environment. I can't really tell them what to do because it's case by case, scenario by scenario. There are many times that I was having a hard time getting the decision to see, should I just like quit and stay home and take care of the kids just for this year? And then I will always like come back, get a different job if this position is gone. But then I can't. I mean, I don't know. It's just like over the years, I've been really hard on myself, and it's just I always wanted to just be like working while being a mom. So I just don't want to give up the job. And yeah, so it's definitely hard, but then I am not completely like it's one either A or B. So it's just have to.
It seems like
it's never been an easy decision, but it really comes down to what you really want.
Yeah. And it seems like it would be like that with, I know at least for me, like, you know, we're all pulled in different directions. So it like, to me, there is no such thing as balance, you know, like some days your family's going to take priority, some days teaching, you know, you might stay later, or like, to me, it's kind of like this, it doesn't really like balance, but like you said, kind of whatever the priority is, you know, make some things more important than other things. And I don't know. I don't know that I was taught that early in my teaching career. I thought people had it balanced and figured out, you know, like, and especially as women.
Right. Especially as women.
Yeah. Like there's a darn those men. No, we're all women on here. So yeah, like it's just a lot to consider and it's a lot to think about. And it's a lot, like you said, like, do I quit? But I like this and this is fulfilling.
Right. Because I've been, you know, working all this way up. I just up to the point that I don't feel like quitting anymore because that's what I've been doing all over the years.
Right. This is what I do.
And I'm not saying that if you wanna stay home, that's totally 100% good. You do you, but it's just me. I feel like I don't want to just give up halfway. So it was a tough decision.
Absolutely.
To make. Yes.
Man. Well, my last question is just as the only person who teaches what you teach, and obviously as a mom of young children, what does support look like for you these days? When you say, because I think for me, I can define what support means. And Melanie, I feel fully supported by, our department chair. Administration, I feel supported by. What does support mean or look like for you these days?
Aside from the things that you just said, we've got the best department
ever.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, literally
and
ever.
I feel the Edmonton has been really supportive also, and I really appreciate that. This is a very comfortable working environment for me.
100%.
It's very diverse. It's very, it's like a, big pot. Everybody is in it. So all kinds of elements, cultures are in there. So it's very accepting, and I feel really comfortable working here. I really appreciate that. And the support also I'm getting is from, I do meet with the teachers in GSMST like once a month. And then we talk, we chat, and then we sometimes share things. I think that's been fantastic too. So maybe on my end, I need to be more reaching out to see what are the other Chinese teacher doing in the county or in the United States in general, and just be more like active. That way, if we can like plan together, align together, because I'm aligning with myself right now most of the time.
I'm aligned.
That will be awesome. Yes, that will be support that I need.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that you think about that, like the next steps too, because so often we stay like, here's what I need right now. And it's like, what do I think? How is this going to evolve? Like, how am I going to, which I think is important. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Selena, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Please, I'm so grateful for your time and your energy. And Janine, I'm gonna shout. Actually, everybody on here now has been to one before, so you guys are stuck with me, like I've said. But yeah, this has been really fun. I was telling Selena earlier, we've got 8. I think yours maybe 7 more, 6 or 7 more. So we're kind of winding down. So this has been like a great.
It's been a successful year.
Yeah, I think a success. I mean, everyone's stuck with me, so sorry, but yeah, I think a successful series. So I'm so grateful for your time and your energy and saying yes, accepting the invite, because I think people assume a lot of things about being a singleton, like, oh, that must be nice, no one else to, collaborate with or whatever. And you're like, okay, also would be nice to have, someone you could go next door to and go, hey, what do you think of this? Or what would you give this?
Right.
Or, yeah.
So the ultimate goal is for them to, go all the way up to pass AP Chinese. So
right.
Yeah, there's that big test over there at the end waiting on you. So the process is like really not easy. Ooh.
Absolutely. Oh, see, you're fired now. See, welcome to the dark side, literally. Yeah. So they get rid of you.
Hey.
Well, yeah, let's get out of here and continue on with our Wednesday. So thank you so much, everybody. I'll post the recording, and I can't thank you enough, Selena, and also attending.
Oh, thank you for having me here. I've never done this.
I'll kick you on the door on the way out here.
Something slipped out of my mouth, and that is inappropriate. Just, filter this out.
We'll just edit you out. It'll be like, where did she? No, I'm kidding. We'll put it. I've sworn and had a lot of wine on this series, so it's fine. We're on the school Zoom. It's whatever. They don't know.
All right.
Great. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you. 谢谢。
再见。